Gavin woke up, sun shining through the blinds. The rhythm of Miami, the music in his mind. He grabbed his hat, put on his favorite shoes. It's a soulful day, got nothing to lose. Strolling down Ocean Drive, where the palm trees sway. With every step he takes, he's chasing dreams today. The ocean breeze whispers secrets in his ear. Gavin's on a journey, feeling no fear. Oh, Gavin in Miami, taking in the view. From the streets to the art, every color rings true. With the sun on his face and a skip in his stride, it's a soulful adventure, he's loving the ride. He stops by the market, fresh fruits on display. Mangoes and papayas, sweetness on the way. Chatting with the locals, stories unfold. In the heart of the city, there's magic to behold. He wanders down the beach, feels the sand in his toes. Watching surfers ride the waves where the warm wind blows. Sun-kissed skin and laughter all around. In the vibrant spirit of the city, Gavin's finally found. Oh, Gavin in Miami, soaking up the sun. With the music and the art, he's feeling so young. The rhythm of the streets is dancing in his soul. Every turn a melody, making him feel whole. Underneath the neon, he finds a little bar where the blues flow easy like the streets from afar. He listens to a singer pouring out his heart. In every note played, Gavin plays a part. The stories bleed like colors on a canvas bright.
Well, good evening, Mr. Hunt. Good evening, everybody who's tuning in this evening on a Friday night at 10 to 8 for Gavin Bass and the brilliant Pure Speed Syndicate Friday drivers tonight in Miami. I am just making sure that everything's working. I have no preparation done for this evening. I'm sure everybody can give me a little bit of daylight tonight, please, because I was a little busy announcing something that I'm really hoping that everybody gives me their support on. I think it could be quite awesome and it could be a platform for us all to really race somewhere and know that we're not going to get taken out and have our night ruined. So that's what I'm going to try and develop. If you haven't watched it, watch the Twitch that I did just before the race at some stage, and that'll give you an idea of what I'm trying to achieve. I had a wee technical issue at the end of that stream, but that's the way it was. So there's big things happening there for anybody who wants to join in. Driver standings, you can see them all very clearly there. The team standings, all very, very clearly. Um, I don't know if they're right up to date or not. I'm sure Hawk can keep me up for that. But again, I'm not very prepared whatsoever for tonight's race, as best prepared as I would normally be. Let's just say I'm quite well prepared in other ways, but I just don't have all the track details and all that stuff that I normally jargon on about just to fill in a space of time. But thank you everybody for tuning in to that reveal earlier of what we're trying to do on a Thursday night. And again, I'm really excited to hear from the guys from the couple of other leagues to see if they want to buy into it as well. And an opportunity for everybody to race on a Thursday night against people of their own level, hopefully. But with one clear thing in mind, and that is to finish the race, try and finish the races without penalties, and try and finish the races without incident. And that's what everyone will be looking at. Well, I'll be looking at, because I don't want anybody taking people out in corners where they can wait 50 yards up the road to make the same move. Just don't want that type of racing in that league. Of course, take your battles, and racing incidents will happen. But that's that. It's Miami. It's a short quali, and it's 29 laps. And so far, we've only got 12 in tonight. It's a bit of a low show for Friday night. Maybe people are busy with their lives. But guys, if you've tuned in tonight to watch a bit of racing, this is Pure Speed Syndicate Friday night in Miami. Short quali, 29 laps old, and I'll be back to you very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Friday night lights, engines rumble and roar. Pure Speed Syndicate, we're ready for more. Strapped in tight, the adrenaline soars. F1 Racing League, open up the doors. Gavin on the mic, he's calling the pack. With every sharp turn, you know we're on track. Hearts racing, feel the heat on the street. Pure speed on the circuit, can't accept defeat. Keep it lit, keep it clean. In the world of racing, we're living the dream. Push the limits, let the engine scream. Pure Speed Syndicate, riding on a beam. Feel the rush as the tires grip tight. Under the stars, we own the night. Pit stops, flying strategy in play. With fuel and skill, we've got the way. Gavin's voice cuts through a steady command. As drivers take flight, it's a high-speed band. From Monaco streets to Silverstone bends, we race with passions where the fun never ends. Speeding through curves, the smell of the tires. We're living on the edge, igniting the fires. Keep it lit, keep it clean. In the world of racing, we're living the dream. Push the limits, let the engine scream. Pure Speed Syndicate, riding on a beam. Feel the rush as the tires grip tight. Under the stars, we own the night. every Friday night, where legends are born with friends and engines. It's never forlorn. Through highs and lows, we stand side by side. Every gear shift shows the passion inside. Pure Speed Syndicate, it's a wild ride. Together we conquer with hearts open wide. As the checkered flag waves, the glory we seek in the world of racing, we find the unique. Keep it lit, keep it clean. In the world of racing, we're living the dream. Push the limits, let the engine scream. Pure Speed Syndicate, riding on a beam. Feel the rush as the tires grip tight. Under the stars, we own the night. So rev those engines, feel the power ignite. Pure Speed Syndicate, we own the night. With Gavin on the call, we'll chase our fate. In the world of racing, it's never too late.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have
Well, good evening and welcome everybody to Friday night with the Pure Speed Syndicate's short quali and 29 lap race here in Miami. Few people tuning in okay, just checking my radio is working and my mic is working. So I'm just expecting somebody to give me a thumbs up there. Oh, it is. It's working okay. It's just a terrible delay between Twitch and live. But anyway, we're here and it looks like we've got 13 drivers in so far. Don't think there's any more late joiners. I think that's everybody. We've got a fairly decent squad out tonight for this race in the US of A. Enjoy the Chris Poole says, enjoy the race, Gav. I will enjoy the race, certainly, sir. Really looking forward to it. A couple of people under pressure tonight publicly, and that is Bo. Bo has put his name forward to be covered in the feature quali lap tonight. And the other person that will be getting a feature, but it's in race action, is going to be Taffy. So we're going to be just focusing in on them for a very short period of time and giving them a wee bit of spotlight treatment this evening. That's something that I hope to do in most streams from now on. So if you want a wee view the morning of that race, I'll give you the opportunity to put your name forward and I'll do something special for you as well. So, multiplayer event, short quali, Miami, running out of words to say. There's Kears. Good evening, Kears. That's why I like company. At least I can talk to somebody. Good evening to you, sir. Have a good race this evening. Hope all of your internet issues are all sorted out and everything's working well for you, sir. I'm good, thank you. I'm keeping very well. Thank you very much, Kears. Miss Fitzjohns, good evening to you, sir. Absolutely always good to see you in. Line up for this evening, Dirty Taffy. He's going to be getting a private camera put on him in the middle of the race at some stage. Then you've J1MC. He's in the Red Bull this evening, and Keir's in the Ferrari. Then you've got Respirator. He is driving the Mercedes tonight with Bucko there in the Aston Martin. That's PFC 23 Bucko. Then you've Bo in the McLaren. He's the other lad that's put himself under a bit of pressure tonight in the McLaren, and he is going to get some sort of coverage of one of his out laps and quali laps this evening. Pulley, steady guy, expecting him to be right up there somewhere in the top 6 anyway in the quali tonight. Then you've got Rossi Woe, great wee driver as well. Funafe's out there tonight in the Ferrari, and Big Woots is out. Spanish Europeans here tonight, and the boss of the league, PSS Raging Hawk, guy kind enough to let me use his Discord platform to run this new venture that we're going to do on a Thursday night, and it's called the Gavin Bass TV show and the Gavin Bass Cup night, where everybody from all sorts of leagues and divisions can come together as one to enjoy clean racing with no politics and no judges, no admins, no nothing. I will have the final say with everything, and it'll be a wee bit like if you want to come and play in my back garden, I'll pick who plays in the garden. Honestly, it's going to be as bad as that. Just want to get a really good platform for you guys to know that you can go into a race on a Thursday night and know you're not going to get taken out by some mug in the first corner. Now, it's going to take me 2 or 3 nights to get everything sorted out, but I'm a perfectionist, as you well know, and I'll be getting it sorted out. So let's get that track data up and let's get straight in to everything to do with this race. You guys getting ready for a lap here? Big Woods out there warming up those tyres in the Mercedes this evening. He's going to have a bash at it for sure. We'll jump on with Kears. He's out there and he's in the Ferrari at the moment. So he's out and he's trying to set a time in this beautiful red car. Some information coming from the grid there at the moment that that's going to be a dry race. That's certainly the whispers coming through my Twitch channel at the moment. Looks like it could be a dry race this evening. Dirty Taffy puts the first lap in at 1:27.745. So he has put his mark in there for a very short amount of time before Rossi and the Racing Bull just knocks him off the trap there at 1:26.755, with Kears putting in a 1:34. So he's not happy with that lap, I'm sure, and he'll have definitely bigger plans than that later. Big Woods is out on the track at the moment. Looks like he's finishing off a lap in that Mercedes. So let's see how he finishes off over the line. Sun glaring off the tarmac. Nice weather here tonight in Miami. Nice lap there, 1:27.264. But Rossi's the only person in the 1:26s at the moment now. Pulley's out there with a solid 1:20 at 4:65, Respirator 1:30, and everybody else still needing to set themselves a decent lap. On the Hawk now, see what sort of a lap he can put in if he's doing one. He's out in the medium tyres there at the moment. 1:26.675 for Kears in the Ferrari there, so great lap there from Kears. He puts it solid first there. He's got pace. Now comes J1MC in the Red Bull. Just coming around those final little corners there before he tries to get some pace down. Takes a wee bit of that apex, but very little, and over the line he goes in 4th position with a 1:27.568. So super lap there. Bo's just finishing his first lap here. He's somebody to keep an eye on. He'll be up round the top, if not the top, after this lap. Second, not far away, 1:26.695. So very little between the top 4 there at the minute. Very little. On with the Hawk now. Wanting to beat that 1:29.235 here. So all eyes in sector 1 at the top right-hand corner of the corner here. Oh, he's quite a bit down on his first lap, so he's not improving there at all. Don't know what happened to his lap there. Banisher's out on a lap now. Pretty close leaderboard at the moment. Pretty close leaderboard.
Yo, it's the moment, the lights going down. On the grid where the legends are crowned. Pulley in the cockpit, ready to unleash. Feel that engine roar, it's a beast on a leash. Quali lap coming, adrenaline's high. Slick ties gripping, man, he's reaching for the sky. In the F1 car, blood pumping like a drum. Gotta push the limits, let the pressure become. Don't stand on the brakes, Pulley. Hit that throttle, chasing glory, pouring out the bottle. Crowds on its feet, can you hear the roar? Burning up the asphalt, gotta get the roar. On the brakes, Pulley, go for gold. In the cockpit, it's a story untold. Cheer 'em on, let the engine sing. Rev it up, 6th gear, feel the adrenaline swing. Tearing through the turns, skill on display. Precision like a surgeon, carving through the clay. G-forces pushing, yeah, gripping that wheel. Every corner taken, you know he's got the feel. From Monaco to Silverstone, he's got the knack. Tires dancing, he's never looking back. Checking flags in sight, got his sights on the prize. With the world on his shoulders where the freedom lies. Don't stand on the brakes, Pulley. Hit that throttle, chasing glory, pouring out the bottle. Crowds on its feet, can you hear the roar? Burning up the asphalt, gotta get the stand on the brakes, Pulley. Go for gold. In the cockpit, it's a story.
Oh, absolutely sound lap there from Pulley, putting him in P5 or 1:27.030. Okay, so this is the last of your feature laps. This is Bo in the McLaren trying to beat a 126.695. Enjoy it. Staying on ride with Bo, and this is his feature lap of the
In
evening.
Miami,
Here he goes.
where the engines roar, Bo's revving up, always wanting more. With his cowboy hat and a heart of steel, country tunes playing, that's his deal. On a Friday night, it's the perfect scene. Bo's in his ride, feeling like a king. Pure speed, San Dicky, the racing league's call. Chasing that victory, wants it all. Ball is a challenge, the thrill of the race. In the spotlight, he's finding his place. With tires burning and the crowd on their feet, he's setting a fast lap, can't accept defeat. Country music in his veins, full of heart and soul. But the track is where it truly feels whole. As the sun fades down, the lights come alive. Bo turns the key, ready to drive. He's got his playlist with a country sound, but it's the speed and adrenaline that keeps him bound. Hitting the curves with precision and grace. Each lap he's flying feels like he's in space. With every turn he chases that time. A hero in the making, a rhythm and ride. Bo's a challenge, the thrill of the race.
So there you have it. That's how you put your car in position 2 with a 126.251. Fabulous lap there by Bo, but while he was doing that, Fonifay puts in a 125.949. So that's going to be a real tough one to catch. That's nearly 3/10 ahead there of Bo. Piers is in third at the moment with a 126.3, and Big Woods for the Mercedes at 126.674. 4.5 minutes left of this quali. Rossi Woe's going to be out there again. Pulley's going to go out, I'm sure. They're all going to pit out. Let's have a look and see what J1MC's at. What is JMC1 at? He's at something very good there. He's 3/10 ahead there at the moment. That just might be enough to put him into P6 in front of Pulley if he can finish off with a really good sector 3 here. Round the left-hander and into the pit straight. He sort of turns into the right now, and we'll just see exactly what Jake does here. Can he make up one position? No, he can't. He stays in P7 there with a 127.072. So no improvement there, unfortunately, for the Red Bull. Oh, the Banisher. Nice P11 there. Nice wee increase in place there for the Williams driver of Banisher. Solid 129.643 for the Williams there. Let's have a lap with Dirty Taffy there and see if Dirty Taffy and the Red Bull can make any difference now to that 127.7. I have a feeling he can. Hey, Makeo, how are you doing, sir? Nice to have you on board this evening with the race here in Miami with the Pure Speed Syndicate Friday Night League here. Only 2 minutes to go. We're on with Dirty Taffy at the moment. We're going to see if he can improve much. Let's have a look at the end of Sector 1 and see what he's doing here. No, he's bang on more or less exactly the same Sector 1 as he set first time round. So his improvement is going to have to be now. And I don't think his battery has enough energy in it to do what he needs to do here. But let's see if I'm wrong in Sector 2. I have a feeling Sector 2 just might not be as sharp as the first one. Oh, he proves me absolutely wrong. He's now 3.3 tenths up. So this could be enough. Just no, I'm not too sure he's going. Look, this Ferrari. Ah, no. Who's driving the Ferrari? It's either Keers or Fonafay. Completely impeded Dirty Taffy there. Oh, that's bad. What in the name of goodness was going on there? I hope you've time to put another lap in for another tire. I'm not too sure whether you will, Dirty, but that was bad luck there. That's going to be a one for an impediment for sure. On with John DT. Driving the Haas this evening is John. Oh, John's 1.3 seconds ahead. So that's going to put him in the high 129s at the moment. I have a feeling you just might see John slipping in here to P8, P9 if this continues. .1 seconds he's up. So that'll bring him down to a 129. No, sorry, 1.1. That'll be a 129.7 roughly. So he just might nick a 7th or 8th place here. That'll be a great position for John if he can get that. Oh, just P12. I think he had a bit of a nightmare of a Sector 3 there. I think I just caught him getting it a little bit squirrely there. Let's see if anybody has got anything to say. Let's go on with... Yeah, John, you did. You did indeed. Let's go on with Bucko. In the Aston Martin, he's just finishing off. Did he give me a wiggle there? That probably means he's going into the pits. Over the line anyway with a 127.269 for Bucko in the Aston there. The checkered flags are all starting to pile in now, and it's more or less at the end of the quali for most. Rossi will on a last attempt maybe. A nice solid P5 remaining there for Rossi in the Racing Bull there. So he's a 5th position on the grid this evening at Miami. The Raging Hawk cannot concentrate for shit. Well, we all know that, Hawk. What are you telling me for? I'm surprised you're not designing a new logo for Pure Speed Syndicate. I think I've maybe got enough out of that one for now, have I? Fonafay, P1 on the grid. Bo, P2 in the McLaren. Then you've got Keers in the Ferrari, P3. Big Woots in the Mercedes, P4. Rossi in the Visa Cash App, he's in 5. Then you've Pulley, Steady Pulley in the Williams there, the nice featured out quali lap by him. J1M, and he's in the Red Bull in 7th. Bo also got the feature quali lap there as well. Hope they all enjoyed it. Then you've got Bucko in 8, the Dirty Taffy 9, Hawk in 10, Gaz King. Didn't see much of him out there. I mustn't have just been on him for some reason. Gaz, welcome on board, sir. P11. 12th is Banisher. 13th is John DT. And Respirator, I think all the way from Germany, is in P14 at the moment. So there you have the lineup. The Raging Hawk, I supporting Bo for the win here. Okay, anybody else that has tuned in to the race this evening? Any special things you want me to shout out? Any person you want to wish well? Who do you want to win? Who do you think's going to do it? Raging Hawk thinks it's close up Pulley as well. Pulley could be up there. Who knows? Honestly, a lot of these drivers know how to do it. And I'm just going to use that opportunity to get myself a quick smoke break. I hope you really all enjoyed that reveal this evening, and I really hope you think I'm on the right track of trying to create something really good for everybody. It's definitely going to help a lot of leagues to fill up those grids and get a lot of the good guys in together, and a bit of competitive racing on maybe a wee bit of inter sort of team and league slagging and stuff like that. Bit of fun, bit of crack, and just a very mature attitude in the background that this will not be tolerated at all. This is a completely different thing with F1 on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with Pure Speed Syndicate. This is the real thing. This is the real deal. This is Stewart's, admins, FIA, the whole bloody works. My thing on a Thursday night is just going to be me telling you off or telling you to go. Simple as that. Because I just want to create a platform for everybody to drive cleanly. Don't care if you're slow. Finish the race with no time penalties and you'll have done a damn good job with no collisions. So I think this Thursday night thing could just really take off, and I'm really asking every single one of you to give it a go. I'm so glad I'm back in my house in Ballyclare here in Northern Ireland. As much as the holiday home was beautiful, it was always constant stress to know whether your internet was going to give in at any given stage. So I've got fast internet. I'm sure you've seen a big improvement in the picture quality and in the sound quality, and the uploads that I do now to Twitch are turned right up onto the maximum resolution. So hopefully that's coming across when you're watching it on TV. Another big race tomorrow night with Pure Speed Syndicate, and then of course my absolute favourite is the World Car Series on a Sunday. Just love that, and that's why I came up with the idea of doing World Car Club racing on a Thursday night. So if you haven't watched that Twitch release, please watch it and get involved and come and drive. I'll do the commentary, you just drive cleanly, and we'll have one hell of a thing going on there on a Thursday night. You'll be battling against the best if everybody plays ball and plays the game properly. Really good place to jump in on a Thursday night and challenge yourself. If you're feeling a bit rusty, jump into the melting pot, the first race of the evening. Jump in. Could be a good couple of quali sessions for you for your main race if there aren't enough people. But I really do believe that those grids could just fill up fairly quickly when they're turned on a Monday morning for people to enter, because it's a first come, first served. So they're out on the formation lap, and it's Bonifay leading the way there in the Ferrari, obviously. Trying to get my microphone working. Yeah, it seems to be working okay. Maybe somebody could just pop me a yes, working okay if anyone watching. Bose in P2 in the McLaren, 3 is Keers in the Ferrari. Then you've got Big Wooch, you've got Rossi Woe in the Racing Bull, you've got Pulley in P6 in the Williams, P7's J1MC. He is in that Red Bull this evening, and the Aston Martin of Bucko in P8. Dirty Taffy, P9, and the Raging Hawk is in P10 in the Alpine. He's one to watch for the evening. He just creeps up there without you even know he's coming. That's why he's called the Hawk. Pete Gaz, he's out there in the McLaren this evening, 11. Banisher's out in the Williams in 12. And driving the Haas this evening is John DT in 13th, and Respirator back in 14th for the start of this Grand Prix tonight in Miami. I'm Gavin Bass, one as always, and it is brilliant to be here and it's good to be looking at a fairly decent weather tonight in Miami. The only person that put their name forward for the personal reveal for a racing lap tonight was Dirty Taffy. So whenever I see Dirty Taffy getting into a really good old battle and there's chances of making a few moves, I'm going to be all over the top of him. So he's going to be very much featured and he'll be under the spotlight of everyone watching him tonight. So which Taffy look in his special feature this evening at some stage in this race. But right now, everybody can park their car apart from Gaz. Banisher, they all need to go to the DVLA and get their advanced driving test application forms filled out and how to park an F1 car. Right now, they didn't do it. Coming up to 5 red lights here in Miami. It's Gavin Bass 1. It is Pure Speed Syndicate Friday night, and it looks like Funafay has got a right good start there. Into turn 1 they go. All eyes on them. And it looks to me like a relatively clean and tidy start to this Grand Prix this evening. Oh, look at that Aston moving. All battling it out, as you would expect for the first lap of any race. Bonifay leading the way, Bo in second position, and Kears holding on in third. Three very, very fast guys out leading the way already this evening. If anybody has tuned in, could you just be kind enough to let me know that the vocals are coming through and the picture is okay? Once I've got that, I can set my wee head. But just look at this. That Ferrari of Kears is pushing extra hard there on that McLaren of Bo. And behind him, Big Woods is pushing, and they're all in a very, very, very fast train here on the DRS zone, which is now going to be turned on after this corner. Look at them all trying to distract each other from each other's. Look at that. Oh, caught on camera. Caught on camera. Wee bit of an incident there. Just a wee bit of out braking, wee bit of tapping, but I don't think there was any damage caused to any car there. We did get a yellow flag, but it doesn't seem to be meaning anything whatsoever. There's very, very close stuff going on here for first, second, and third. Look, oh, did somebody go off there? I thought I saw Williams. I did indeed, and it's Pooley. Pooley's out. I don't know whether he's dead, but he's out. He's going to have to maybe limp back to the pits. Let's see if I can find him. He's limping. That's okay. He can get back now, and the race can continue. He's lost the front left end plate in the Williams there, and he'll just have to go in and reset. Not a nice thing to have to do, but it happens. J1MC in position 9 now, and he is giving Gaz Keen a good old battle here. McLaren just holds the inside line there of Gaz Keen, and that just stops that Red Bull from making any move at that position of the track. But that Red Bull looks like he has the pace to make a move, and he might just do it on this next DRS zone. Looking like a pass there. Macao says, let's go, Big Woods. He's cheering for you, Woodsy. Absolutely. Oh, look at Taffy. Taffy's starting to get a lot of pace on the back of this Alpine now. With Taffy going well there in P7. But look at Woods. Woods is giving it full boots tonight. Absolute full boots has given the Woods. Dirty Taffy right in amongst it now in P7. He's really pushing hard. never a good time to be put under the spotlight, but Dirty Taffy is going to have to go under the spotlight.
Revving engines in the night. Feel the rush, we're ready to ignite. The lights go out, it's time to play. Dirty Taffy's here to lead the way. On the grid, adrenaline high, F1 dreams, reaching for the sky. Tires screeching as I hit the track in the Dirty Taffy machine, there's no looking back. A twist of the throttle, the rush of pure speed. My heart's racing fast like a wild stampede. With every turn, I'm chasing the thrill. The crowd's roaring out through the electric chill. Dirty Taffy in full race mode, battling for position on this winding road. Feel the heat, can you hear the crowd? Pure speed syndicate, making us proud. We're born for the fight in this high-speed chase. Dirty Taffy's the name, winning is the taste. Rivals beside me, but I'm in the zone. Adrenaline pumping in my F1 throne. Every gear shift is poetry in motion. Blasting through corners like I'm riding the ocean. Pushing my limits, I'm living the dream. The engine's a monster, it's ready to scream. Dirty Taffy's climbing, I'm taking the lead in this racing league. We're here to exceed. Speed demons, born to dance on the edge. Never backing down, never make a pledge. From dusk till dawn, we own the night. Dirty Taffy's burning, everything feels right. In a blur of lights, I see my way clear. With every lap, I feel the victory near. Fueling my passion, every moment divine. This battle is ours, the glory will shine. As the checkered flags wave, the victory's mine. Dirty Taffy is conquered, it's racing time. Dirty Taffy in full race mode, battling for position on this winding road. Feel the heat, can you hear the crowd? Pure speed syndicate, making us proud. We're born for the fight in this high-speed chase. Dirty Taffy's the name, winning is the taste. Celebration in the pit as my team cheers loud. Dirty Taffy's legend, standing out in the crowd. With trophies in hand, we embrace the night. Reflections of speed in this neon light. From the asphalt jungle to the F1 dream, we're racing warriors, nothing's as it seems. With passion and fire, we're here to stay. In the pure speed syndicate, leading the way. So remember the name, let it echo through time. Dirty Taffy's the king, with the speed that'll climb. In full race mode, we're breaking the mold. Pure speed syndicate, in a story retold. Dirty Taffy's the name, winning is the taste.
Well, there you go. Wee bit of live action for Dirty Taffy there. Held his own very well in the Red Bull. A real good scrap going on there. But let's go down the drivers. Let's have a look at the tires and let's focus right in to what's important tonight. And this is this race. There's your lap data up. There's your the telemetry's up, and the tires are up. All out on mediums. 5 lap olds with 3 with Hooley. He's had a change and he's went on to the hards because of the little incident that he had. Not too sure whose fault it was. Not my problem, but it'll be sorted out. Look at this here. 2 Red Bulls having to go at the same corner. And Raging Hawk just squeezes his way in through there. Holy late braking, absolutely Maceo. Cracking battle going between the Red Bulls here. That's J1MC and the Raging Hawk, or Dirty Taffy, having a real scrap. Big Wheat's doing very, very well in there at the moment. He's tracking down Bo and Rossi. Bo, he's in a really good little tight section of three guys racing it out here. So stay on board with them for a wee while. Let's see if there's any action between the three of them. Rossi's holding the top position of this threesome here at the moment. But I can tell you what, Bo and Big Woods aren't going to tolerate it for very much longer. I would say Bo is going to have to make a bit of a pass here if he can. First penalty of the evening goes to Gazkeen, so he gets a multiple penalty for outside of track limits with 3 seconds added to his game. Right now, these three are really having a dig. Dirty Taffy's back there in 7th, and he's having a look at the back of the Alpine now of Hawk. Bar that, there's not an awful lot going on. John DT and Respirator having a wee battle here. There goes John in the inside here. He should be able to hold it under the brakes, but he just doesn't. He lets go, and he just lets Respirator go by there. He just didn't want to end out over on the right-hand side of the track. I know this guy has told us many a time he's trying to complete races without penalties. That's his goal. Finish the race without penalties and keeping it clean and avoiding collisions. That's what he's wanting to do. Rossi gets a speeding in the pit lane ticket now. That's very basic. Not expecting those anymore. Got to slow down going into those pits. That's a race wrecker for Rossi there with that 10-second penalty. Back on with Dirty Taffy there on the 7-lap Old Mediums versus the Hawk. These two giving it loads. Banisher now having a look at Rossi. This is becoming a tight race in behind now, with Banisher starting to make a move, heading the right direction. Rossi's on very new tyres though. Advantage Rossi. Gaz trying very hard there in P8 to try and get past Rossi there, but he just couldn't make it work. But I might be able to make it work here. 27% of that battery, so he's been using a lot of battery just to keep him where he is at the moment. Not an awful lot to spare there. Look behind. Going to be moves here somewhere along the line, surely to goodness. These two are having a go at the back here between the Williams and the Merc, is it? Yeah, it's Banisher. He was looking, and it looks like Big Woods got through in the 9th there and right up into 8th. So nice wee move from Woods. He gets himself up into 8th position. Your position changes there this evening are 4 up, 9 up for the Hawk. He's now holding P1. He's going for that long stunt, I think. Let's have a look at those tyres once again. He's gone 8 laps on the mediums, and then he's going to go on to the hards. Bonifay has had a stop, and he is already on those hard tyres for the end of the race. I don't know whether he will do 20 laps on them or not, but he has had a stop, and he got rid of the first set of tyres. Down to Kears, outside moving the Ferrari there. Looks like that Williams just let them pass. Bonifay P2. Not anymore. Bonifay P1. Hawk and P2. Bonifay takes the lead of the race in Miami, and he's had his first stop. So that gives you an indication of what's going on now. Those guys behind him, 3 of them, Banisher, JMC and Hawk, all to make stops to see where they come out after their pit loss time. All very orderly down this big flying straight here. Gaskin still at it here with Poulet. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. The McLaren just makes that work, and he tucks himself into 10th there in front of Poulet in the Williams. And Taffy has now gone into the, or not Taffy, Vanisher, sorry, has gone into the pits. Taffy's had a stop as well. So the only person out there at the moment is your P2 guy, and that is your Raging Hawks. The tires must be screaming indeed, Maceo. He's on mediums, and he's out there for quite some time. Undoubtedly going for a one-stopper is the Raging Hawk here in P3. He's got fast guys coming up behind him here. Look at that Merc. Just lets him on through there. Nice stuff. On with McLaren a bow. Looking like a solid move here as well. Can't see anything being defensive now. Big Woods just has to let go of that fourth position, or that third, and let go in. Goes now up into third, and Fonafay just posts the fastest lap of the race at 1:29.460. So Fonafay starting to really get on the move here in Miami. Oh, have a look at Poulet. Oh, Gaskin and Poulet are battling like furious here. Have a look at this. Poulet on the outside takes the position. Oh, Gaskin goes off track limits there to make that risky sort of a... Oh, don't know what sort of move you'd call it. Red mist. He's really trying hard, this Gaz. He's having a bloody good drive, may I add. He's doing nothing wrong whatsoever. He's just got the head down. He's focused. But here comes Bucko. Bucko catches them all out in the Aston Martin, all battling for position in the air there. The Aston gets the corner, he owns it. And the Aston of Bucko there just gets a lovely move up into P9. On with Rossi, P3. Let's see if Rossi's got anything. He's chasing down the second position of Bo at the moment. Big Woods is right on his tail. Wee bit of change going on here. Looks like, oh, they've got a car out, and that looks like Gaz Kane. That looks like Gaz Bendit. Or there was a coming together with another driver. I'm not too sure what it was. Again, that's what your administration and your shirts are for, but it didn't cause a flag. Here's is in there now, battling in fifth, trying to get Big Woods' fourth position off him. And his pace looks pretty tidy here. So Keir's doing a good job in P5 right now on those 3-lap-old mediums. So he's going to run another set of mediums after this, or a set of hards. So maybe he went medium, hard. I can't remember what his choice was, and I don't want to go into the race director because sometimes it kicks you out of the game. So I don't want to risk that. ...209 miles per hour before you slam the brakes on into that left-hander. trying to stay as close as you possibly can to the guy in front of you. You don't want to lose that draft. You want to get it, and you want to get the gain from it. But look at this. There's just no faster you can go around this right-hander. You've got to tuck in. That part of the track there can get very squirrely when the tires start to wear. You can just drift it there very, very easily. And this left-hander can come up on you very, very quickly. And you need to get those brakes on and make sure that you don't drift into the right. But I think Kears is lining up for a pretty good move here on Big Woods in the Merc. Nice move. Kears into P5. Or P4, sorry. Let's go on with Bucko. He's in P9 there in the Aston. He's having another go at Banisher. Come on, Bucko. Gaz King gets a 3-second penalty. So Gaz not going too well on the penalties. And we'll just quickly look at them. 10 seconds still to be served by Rossi. Gaz gets a 16. And 3 for J1MC. Now, Gaz, I don't know why he got to it. Did he get a 10 and 2 threes? Did he speed in the pit lane? I think possibly that is where those penalties came from. But Kears back in P4 there, and he is now on the back of Rossi. Lap 14 of 29 here. But Bonifay is running away with this the way Bonifay does every week. That Ferrari out there in a real dominant lead. And it's all going to be down to the next tire change to see exactly what the track positions are. Here's still battling. Looks like Kears should get that, but the inside being held there very well by Rossi. Well, plenty of room left there for Ferrari to get through, but Kears makes it work, and he just sneaks into P3 there, or P3, and he's now going to try and pursue Bo 13, who's 8.5 seconds up the road. A great wee battle going on here. Sorry for the guys, but I'm just going to run down every driver. Bonifay out there at the moment in the Ferrari. I'm going to have a look at the tyres once again. 5-lap-old hards, and he's leading this race by 8.2 seconds. Then you've got Bo in P2 at the moment with the 5-lap-old hards, and he is trailing right behind there and trying to make up some ground. Then you've Kears in P3 on a set of mediums, but he has Rossi, Big Woods, and these two Red Bulls are not too far from starting to work as a team possibly to try and wind the next lads in. Dirty Taffy, he's the one of them. Then you've got Banisher down in P8 and the Raging Hawk down in 9. But right behind him, you've got PFC Bucko. Big Woods gets a 3-second multiple penalty there, so Big Woods will hate that, especially being so far up in the grid positions at the moment. On with Big Woods again. Another little battle going on here. Can't keep our eyes off these three. They are really giving it loads. So just over halfway of the race now done. And you can see clearly now the position changes. Let's see where they are. There they go. 4 up for Banisher and 6 down for Pulley. And you can see that it's been fairly stagnant throughout the grid, really, all the way down from where they started. Few wee moves up the way, few wee moves down, but nothing really staggering going on there with position changes tonight. And that is an indication of how tough it is to get position on this track. But as we're talking, looks like the Hawk just took Bain there. He did indeed. P8 for Hawk. Bonifay gets a 3-second penalty, so Bonifay, the race leader, has just picked up a 3-second penalty. Now, I wonder will that come into play in the final stages of this race if Bo and Kears can keep it clean. Oh, Bucko gets a 3-second penalty now too, so the penalties are starting to really dab out. Bucko really pushing hard in there behind Banisher. Everybody else staying fairly stagnant, but with Rossi still trying so hard there. Looks like Kears is in the pits, getting a set of hards on for the end of the race. So on go the hard tires for Kears, and that's his last change now for the race. That's lap 17 at 29. So he's going to do 12 laps on the hards, and he's going to fight for position. He's going to come out onto the track now in around about 6th or 7th position as he comes around this first right-hander. Let's see just where he does come out. Oh, he comes out in 5th, even better. That's a good result for Kears. John DT gets a 3-second penalty. He'll be Scottish raging at that because he's trying to do things without penalties. Shouldn't have told me that, John. Now I'm all over you. Bucko P10 still battling away here with Banisher. A great example of driving clean. You get yourself into little battles with people on the track. Even though you're not as fast as the boys up the front, you still always pick up a good wee battle. There's Bucko and Banisher still swapping over positions there. Bucko now leading that little race, but Banisher right in behind him in the Williams. Big Woods on the move again, is he? He's trying very, very, very hard to get in. Oh, he's going into the pits now, but he was very close to the back of Rossi there. So here it is. It's the final showdown now of the tire changes and the stop situations. So Fonawathe out in the lead, and one stop made. And the tyres are very, very important now, obviously. He's on the 9-lap old, so Fonafay is probably going to have to come in again, but no wonder. Look the gap he's got. He's going to be able to do it safely, nearly. So JLMC down in 6th there. He's starting to make a fairly good progress on the back of Big Woods. So that could just turn into a battle very, very shortly. In fact, it's already is one. He's got himself in the DRS zone now of Big Woods. He's got 41% the battery. And he's got everything armed pretty well here to start trying to think about a long strategy for an overtake here on Woods. Pulley back down there in 11th. He's trying to make some progress over Gaz Keen now. Nice helicopter view there for you. I love that view of them going around this left-hander in Miami. Pulley's definitely on the run here. Here comes Pulley. On the outside move he makes, he just tucks in front there. Pulley up to P10. Bucko just has to give way and say, sorry, just don't have anything to defend that with. That's just a raw, good overtake. Gaz can do nothing about that. Rossi's now in the pits. Big Woods is in the pits. Or sorry, no. Yeah. He's coming out. So Big Woods out on a fresh set of the hard tyres there in P4. Pierce is out on 2-lap old hards in P3, and P1 is Bo on 1 lap old hards. Bonafé is way up the road at the moment in a 10 lap old set of hards. Does he come in and change, or does he just run them out at 23 seconds ahead? I think he's going to have to change them. Rossi now in a battle with Hawk. Makes that overtake nicely as well. And that's Rossi in the Racing Bull up into 6th position. And the penalties are now starting to really start to cause havoc. Bonifay's carrying 3 seconds, so he needs to get a pit stop, new tyres out of the pits, and try and hold on to some of that lead if he can. Then you've got Keers and Bow both in that race at the moment with absolutely 0 penalties, as does the Hawk, Dirty Taffy, Pulley, Banisher and Respirator, in fairness to them all. But quite a few penalties being picked up there all the same. Oh, everybody's absolutely fully separated now. Apart from the 2 Red Bulls. Dirty Taffy's trying to make a move on his teammate here. Dirty Taffy just trying his best to stay in the DRS zone there of J1MC. He just needs to keep his teammate coming because Dirty Taffy's running 0 penalties. So pretty good move there, just let him ahead, build up the battery and do the whole thing over again down that start and finish. Doesn't matter, as a team you need to pull each other in. Pretty good stuff going on with the Red Bulls there. But they're sitting 8th and 9th at the moment. And Taffy is one of the drivers without penalty at the moment. So pretty good there. But Bow is now up into P2. And Bonifay has had his pit stop. So everything has started. Oh, somebody's way off there. What's that car way out there? Oh, I can't see it. Doesn't matter. Don't think it's involved in the race. It was maybe a back marker. But Bonifay and Bow are now in a race. Bow's going to be in the DRS zone of Bonifay very shortly. And Keers is now only 3.7 seconds behind them. Not really much in battle. 10-second penalty for Gaz King. So Gaz has made quite a few mistakes tonight, carrying 26 penalties. He'll not be happy with that. That's just a night wrecker. But at least he turned up. He hadn't had a good race tonight, but he'll be back for more. Bonifay's actually pulling away slightly here from Bow, so Bow really needs to get the teeth gritted here and try and get into that magical 1 second zone. Look at that, he's using every single ampage of that battery to try and drive that McLaren closer to Bonifay and the Ferrari, but he's just out of juice and there's nothing left in it. Bonifay, he's got 43%. So Bonifay is just holding the keys at the moment. Those 1 lap old mediums versus 4 lap old hards are really doing the trick now, and Bonifay has got the strategy completely 100% perfect tonight. No safety cars to deter him. His strategy just worked out perfectly, and he's now left himself on a set of really fast tyres with only 1 lap of wear on them and nearly 3 seconds ahead of the race. So real dominant drive from Bonifay. But you know what? There's a big thing to be thinking about here, and that's that 3-second penalty that Bonifay's carrying. Bo has got a job on his hand here, and it's a job that could be done because he's starting to get those hard tyres really warmed up now after lap 4, and he just might get some momentum. But that 3.4 second gap is going to be very, very difficult to close down. The Red Bull of JMC1 now starting to get closer to the back end of Bucko in the Aston. Very similar tyres on there, the 2-lap olds and the 3-lap olds for Taffy and J1. So Bonifay puts in a 120 at 7.35, so he's racing for fun now. Lap 23 of 29, 6 laps left, and if you've just tuned in this evening, I'm Gavin Bass 1 with the Pure Speed Syndicate Friday night live in Miami. Been a good race. It hasn't been anything spectacular, but it's been good in terms of the drivers tonight have shown a lot of racecraft, and this is exactly what everybody's wanting to see. Go out and try and win races without trying to force people off the track or derail them in any way. Just use your racing skills. Pulley's down there in P11, but he's battling really hard now against Banisher. But he's going in for the last set of tyres. I wouldn't be surprised if the lad puts on a set of softs and has to go for the fastest lap here. We just like him. Not tonight, he doesn't. He puts on a set of fresh mediums and he goes out there and he plays the sensible game. Probably the right move, in all honesty, to be honest with you, because softs around here after 6 laps would be fairly close to scrubbed, I would say. But I just thought he'd maybe want to try and have a go at that fastest lap. But Bonifay is away here by over 5 seconds now, and there's not one battle left on the course. So certainly clean. A 3-second penalty for Gaz, so Gaz is really racking them up tonight. And if he has a job to do, his job is to look at himself and to try and stop getting so many penalties. If he can do that, he'll be a contender for sure. But right now, he's just got far, far too many penalties. 19, and he's got rid of 10 of them. So not Gaz's night tonight. Respirators down there in 14th, but having a good old clean race. This is the type of driver I really respect, to be honest with you. They just go out and they just keep plodding on there, and each week they get better and better. I think he plays on a controller too, this guy. So he's out there and he hasn't made any track penalties. So not a bad effort whatsoever there for Respirator in P14. But there's nothing Bo can do, there's nothing Kears can do, there's nothing Woods can do. Bo needed to get into that 3-second sector, then he's never going to do it, I don't think now. I really can't see it. Bonifay is too clever and he's too much in control of that car for anyone to be catching him by that length in so short a time. So there's going to be quite a few swings and roundabouts as the grid finishes over the line tonight. I'll just take them over the line on track and let the computer separate them all out into their grid positions at the end, because there's people carrying 19 seconds, there's people carrying 10, there's lots of 3s out there, and they're going to make some differences to people that are running close with each other. Bonifay's now on a back marker. 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane for Dirty Taffy. Taffy will be broken. He definitely will. He was sitting there nicely in P8 and now he's picked himself up a warning like that. That's just ruined Taffy's chances. I can just feel the pain. I can just feel it. Banisher's having a really solid race here tonight in P8 and that Williams. You know, he's out there in P8 at the moment. A bunch of decent drivers out there tonight. And he's sitting P8 and penalty free. So real potential there for racing in the next lot of weeks and months to come here. I would say Banisher Bain just could maybe be one of the guys just to pick up pace as that season goes on. But right now we've just got a display of F1 cars being led by Fonafay. Bo is in that McLaren in P2. Driving the Ferrari and driving very well tonight is Kears. He's another young fella, by the way. I used to think this wee fella was only 30, 35. He's actually only 14. So he's a young one, and he gets past the McLaren there of Gas Keen as well. He's up in the P3. Big Woods is in P4 in the Mercedes. He's having an outstanding race, but if Rossi can wind him in, well, Rossi's carrying 10-second penalties, so no real warning or worry from Rossi. Sixth position is J1MC. He had a great start to the race, but he's now in P6 carrying that penalty. Raging Hawk's going in for a last set of tyres, and he should come out fairly safely there. He's going to come out safely in the 8th position there, and he'll chase Banisher down. So then you've got Bucko there in P9, and then you've Dirty Taffy coming into the pit. He's serving that 10-second penalty now. He's getting it out of the road, and he will just come out of that pit with those 3-second penalties now. John DT's in 12, and there's a wee bit of a battle thing going on down here. Nice to see it. It looks like John TT is ghosting. This seems to happen a lot with John. I don't know whether he's got a poor internet connection. Well, John DT is definitely ghosting, so John DT's out of the race. Only 2 laps to go here in Miami. A very satisfying Grand Prix this evening, but really not an awful lot of action, not an awful lot of passes in the latter stages of this race. It's just been a race of domination, and everybody has ended up in the grid where they've ended up through good, clean and accurate driving. Bo had a particularly good race there tonight, my driver of the day just could be Banisher Bain at the moment if he gets a solid lap in here without penalty. That's a fair wee bit of pressure now for the last 2 laps of any Grand Prix to keep it within. But Banisher Bain, if you're listening, you're my driver of the day if you go over the line with no penalties. Nice drive from you, sir. Nobody's getting anywhere near close to anybody here. Oh, somebody just clipped the wall there. Just a tittle of a clip. So penultimate lap now for the Ferrari of Fonafay. 8 seconds ahead with 48% of the battery. You've Bo hanging in there, but honestly, he's just using everything. He's probably got a pocket full of Duracell there to try and help the speed there, but he's just not going to get it against Fonafay tonight, not with the battery that he's got left there. Kears is doing very well there. He's actually one just to keep a wee eye on there. 75% of the battery. That's really good battery management at this stage of the race to be going in to lap 28 with 73% with the other 2 front runners. So Kears might just catch Bo here, but nah, that's a big ask. Can't see it happening. Big Woods in 4, Rossi 5, and J1MC's in 6th with Banisher in 7th. The Raging Hawk is in 8th in the Alpine, and Bucko's down there in the Aston Martin with the 9th position. Pulley in 10th, Dirty Taffy 11th, John DT 12th, and Gaz Keen 13th, Respirator in 14th. That's all on the track. And right now, it's all to do with Fonafay. I think if these guys were to come on for a driver interview, they would just say it was a solid race. I don't think they would be overly excited about it. It was all down to strategy. It was all down to solid, constant fast laps. That sounds very stupid, but it's not stupid. But to win a race like this, you just need to be putting every single lap down really, really well and be consistent. And that's what those 2 guys have done now. And that's what it has ended up them in P1 and P2 with a very, very respectable drive in P3 for Kears right now at the minute. So Bonifay has now started the final lap of the Grand Prix this evening. He's got a tail ender behind him at the moment who will let him through. And he goes on then to take a real good advantage there. Bo's in P2 still. There's nothing happening around him. There's nothing happening around Kears. There's nothing happening around anybody. There's no fights to the finish. It's just been a battle of survival and a battle of concentration tonight. And this lad here has displayed every single one of those in a big, big way. Brilliant, brilliant win for Bonifay tonight. So I'm just going to welcome everybody home over the line here. And in the Ferrari, I wonder, does he give the Gavin Bass wiggle? They're all starting to find out that I love the wiggle. But just don't wiggle yet, Bonifay. If you're going to wiggle, do it now. Ha ha ha. Just a wee baby one. Bo over the line now too. In P2 in the McLaren. Great P2 for Bo. He gives me a real good wave there. Here's over the line. A bit of a wave from him. Over comes the line of the Merc now in P4. That's Big Woods. A solid race there from Big Woods in P4. Gaz gets a 10-second penalty on serve there. So Gaz is going to be really struggling at the bottom there. Rossi Woe goes over the line in the Racing Bull. And JMC is coming down the back straight now in the Red Bull. Finishing off his race this evening in a P6 on track. But as I say, I'll not release the final race results until everybody has gone over the line. So J1MC over the line in the Red Bull in P6. Decent drive there from the Red Bull. Banisher being my driver of the day comes through to finish off his Miami Grand Prix. Misfits Jones 13 to 14th and last wing damage. Yeah, I saw that, buddy. I knew you'd be gutted. I just know how hard you've been trying to get through these races without any incident. But anyway, look, you done brilliant. Everybody done brilliant tonight. I'm not going to go through all the dramatics of this tonight. I'm tired. I've had a real busy day getting all of that new stuff ready today. A nice recovery race, says Poulet. Race winner Bonifay, fastest lap Bonifay. Banisher Bain gets the driver of the day through the game as well. So the game and I have likewise minds. Raging Hawk gets the most overtakes. Nice little accolade for him this evening. And Bo gets a really, really good cleanest driver. As for incidents, there really wasn't that many of them in terms of accidents, but there were a few penalties running about, and there they all over there. It's not a great watch, Chris. Not really an awful lot happened tonight, but it was a good, clean race. Well covered, I think. And yeah, definitely well worth watching. Absolutely well worth watching. So there you have it. That's the end of your Pure Speed Syndicate stream tonight for this wonderful league that now races tomorrow night at 8 o'clock and Sunday at 6 for those fantastic world cars. I'm not going to dwell on it tonight again, but just remember the Twitch release that I did prior to this video is on my Twitch channel. I will upload it to YouTube and I will post it in all of those leagues' YouTube channels if they allow me. And then what we will have is a very, very solid platform on a Thursday night for some fun racing with not everybody stressed out about stewards and stuff like that. It's a game for men, and if you're going to be one of those guys that want to come in and criticize what I do, criticize what other drivers do, or try and make any nuisance or nonsense of yourself whatsoever, I'm sorry. No matter how good a friend or how good you are as a racer, I'll be removing you because I've made a promise to me and to the owner of Pure Speed Syndicate that I will run that corner of his Discord channel correctly. And I will do that and really, really look forward to seeing you all back on board with us soon in the Gavin Bass streams. So thanks to everybody. Thanks for Rick Hawk, always working behind the scenes along with his staff as always. Always like to say thank you and I'll see you all next week. So it's good night from Gavin Bass 1 and a real successful day for F1 sim racing in lots of different ways. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Friday night lights, engines rumble and roar, pure speed syndicate, we're ready for more.